When this light turns green, I will do a topic. It's time to do a topic. My topic starts now. Alright, I wanted to talk about, since I am so lazy about doing a walk around of this bike, I'm going to do a review of things about the Kawasaki Vulcan Nomad 1600 I don't like. Cue intro now. Alright, intro has rolled. Now, the things that I don't like. First of all, I love this bike, but there are some things that I don't like about this bike. And some of them aren't this bike's doing, but it's just how it came when I got it. I bought this used. It's a 2007 Kawasaki Vulcan 1600 Nomad. What designates a Nomad different from a regular Kawasaki Vulcan 600 Classic is the bags on the side, the chrome guards here and the chrome guards around the bag, the windscreen, what else? I think the floorboards, no, the passenger floorboards, and because I think the Classic comes with floorboards. No, maybe it doesn't. And I think the heel to toe shifter. That's what, and the obviously the pipes go underneath the bags. Now, this is my first big bike. My first bike was a Honda Shadow VLX 600. It was a 99. It was a good bike. It was small. The first thing that I don't like about this bike is, and it's not this bike's fault, it's whoever had this bike before, my risers. I hate these risers. I don't like if you look at my position right here, and it's hard to, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna tilt the camera down. If you see my elbows, they're bent, but it's hard to explain. I don't like my arms being bent in when I'm holding my handlebars. And I know it's for comfort, but I don't have like a backrest to rest my back on, so I find myself curdling in this turtle position instead of sitting upright, which I should sit like this, and I can't stand it. If it was me, the riser height is fine, because these are from Scootworks. They have like little flame etching on the side, which I'm not a fan of, because although I do like cruisers, I don't like chrome, flames, or skulls. Hate them. I can't stand them. Which this bike has one of those. Well, it has chrome. I can't help it. I got a good deal on it. But I don't like the fact that it comes back. I would rather it have just came straight up. Maybe I don't know how high this one is. Whatever height this is at is perfect, but straight out, so my elbows wouldn't be, like this. Like I literally feel like I'm riding like with my elbows dug into my ribs. It's freaking ridiculous. This one fit right in my price range. I was a little bit out, but I was able to do some wheeling and dealing to get it. But the stock risers, I like their seating position. I felt like I had more control lifting the bike up from when it was on its kickstand, and it felt lighter because of where my arms were. Now, if I was to straighten my arms out, I would literally have to do this. And now I feel weird, like my body's contorted in a weird position. My Honda had drag bars, so it came out straight across and curved just a little bit at maybe a 30-degree angle. So it gave me that feeling without being super scrunched in. And it was the stock risers. Damn it, I weighed, I said I would never do it again. Is this light red? Strike's always red for me. Alright, it's green. So where was I? I was talking about the risers. So that's one thing I do not like, but that's not from the factory. The factory risers I actually like in the position. Maybe over time I would have switched, maybe made them taller, or even switched out the handlebars, which I'd love to do at some point. The other thing I don't like about this bike is it's another thing. It's not from the factory. Are these grips. I can't stand these grips. I don't like big bulky grips. I prefer the stock grips. The bike I sat on had stock grips, because between my gloves and this, I feel like I'm holding on to a really, I could say something that's not appropriate. I feel like I'm holding on to I don't know, a dildo. It's too big. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I like this little rest thing here, if you can see that, but I don't like, they're too big. I don't like it. The stock ones are way better. In the 2012 I sat on, the stock ones were perfect. You know, I don't feel like they add comfort or anything at all. Now that is the two things that is not standard on this bike that I don't like. The other things that I don't like on this bike is the weight and how the bike maneuvers with all that weight. At low speeds, you have to be really deliberate with your movements on how you move the bike. I've gotten really good at it. Like at first it's real nervous and real shaky and wobbly, especially 2-up, but now I'm pretty good at it. But even still, I don't know if it's something with the way the bike sits. Maybe it's because it's a cruiser, and you know, it's really, really heavy. That could be a plus too, and that'll be in my next video as a plus, but on this video as a minus, the weight is killer. The other thing, and I've been working on this, is the window. My windshield. Windshield. I don't like, I have not been able to find the right height for my windshield to where it's comfortable. Right now, what it's doing, first when I had it up higher, it was literally blowing air underneath and hitting me like right in the chest and going underneath my helmet, which was, oh man, that's a nice Honda, which was really annoying. You mother, don't pull, oh my, which was really annoying. What I did was I lowered it all the way, because I read online if you lower it all the way, it should help. Now it's fine without a helmet, but when the wind comes off, it literally hits the very top of the helmet, and like literally, like it hits like an inch to an inch and a half from the top, and it shakes the helmet. Like it literally makes the helmet shake. Now I've been working on adjusting it. I haven't found the right height. I'm not a big fan of it. Now my Honda didn't have a windscreen, so maybe that's normal, and that's something I have to get used to. That's fine. You know, I'm in Florida, so the weather's always good, so I'll probably end up taking the windshield off at some point, just ride around with it without one, because it's a, see how that feels with it on and off, and probably in the hot months take it off completely, and then in the wintertime put it on as some sort of shield. Let me see, something else that's weird that I don't like. That's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else about this bike that I don't like. Oh yes. This bike is fuel injected, in case anyone was wondering, but it does have a fast idle switch, which is located down here somewhere. You pull it, it looks just like a choke. It has this choke symbol, and it fast idles the bike when it's cold out, so it'll start better. I've never really had to use it, but I don't live somewhere super cold. You know, if it won't crank the first time, then I give it another crank, and usually within 2, sometimes 3, cranks right up in cold weather. What was that noise? It's tuning their horn, motherfucker. Person to their horn. So distracted. Yeah, so I don't like, I wish it just would fast idle on its own. You know, I started up, fast idles down. I'm guessing it's a very basic rudimentary fuel injection, and coming from a carbureted bike, I love the fact that it's fuel injected, so I'm not going to complain. Well, I am complaining, but it is one thing that I don't like about the bike, but it's not anything that's a deal breaker. All the stuff is adjustable, you know, and I realize over time I'm going to make some changes. The stock seat for me is pretty comfortable. It could tend to be a little bit plush. When I get up there in mileage, it does start to make my tank go numb. I can't believe I just said that. But other than that, you know, I really can't think of anything else. That it does. Yeah, it's a good bike, you know, really like it. It's comfortable, rides well. So, fuel lights on. Oh, yes, that's another thing I don't like about this bike. I have not been able to figure out what the ranges on this bike is. I know how big the gas tank is, and I know it's a safety thing to have the fuel light come on, but like on this dash right here, this one bar never ever disappears. So it can be confusing. You can think, oh, I have one more bar left. When it's gone and the fuel light comes on, you go, no. When the fuel light comes on, you know, I think you have like a gallon left, maybe less. But when I go and fill up, I can never fill it up. You know, I never fill up enough to where I think, all right, the fuel light came on and I filled it up, and it takes like 2 gallons or just barely 3. And I'm like, what the? It doesn't make any sense. So. And so that's that. Other than that, you know, my next video that comes out, whenever I decide to release it, because when I say stuff and put it out there in the ether, I never do it, will be on exactly stuff I like about this bike. What the hell? It's got to be someone in front that's doing that. Maybe I should buy one of those and put on my bike. Alright, catch you guys on the flip side. That is a bad exit. And then the video will just cut off subtly at random in between these words.